Hey guys! I'm really glad you're watching this video because I want to tell you about the top baits for catfish fishing. I catch a lot of them, but for some reason, we don't talk about it much. I can see that from your comments. So, let's get started! We didn't need any grabs because you all have elbows for grabs. Such a sharp eye. Elbows, right? Yes! Here we go. Let's start with something really funny. Bait number 1. You've probably all heard about it. It's fried sparrow. In some rivers and regions, there might be some real monsters. Like this size, or even bigger, up to 300 kilograms. You can catch them on chicken, duckling, and sparrow. What fables were told to us before? You take a sparrow and catch it. First of all, how do you catch it and kill it? It's a whole science. There should probably be one. You fry it a little so that it smells good on a big hook, and then it bites on its own. Bait number 1, that's what we were told. That's pretty normal. What shall we call it? She'll be with us. Sasha, you're a handsome one. Volodya. Bait number 2, frog. Here, I believe there's something more to it. Frog. They come in different types. Sometimes there's a shrek, probably something like a jabon. There are small ones, and there are tadpoles. Catfish are feeding. First of all, what is a catfish? That's where we should have started. A catfish is a river predator, which it grows very large and eats a lot of things, like the dream of eating carrion. I don't know, I won't say for sure, but I know for sure that a catfish is a predator. It eats like a fish, like a pike, like a perch. It's a predator. It feeds on the bottom, hunts there with its mouth, sucks in everyone with its mouth because it does not attack. And it has a mouth, not like this one of a catfish, but it has a mouth that's huge and wide, meaning it can take not just like this, but it can actually swallow someone whole. You get it? It has a long, elongated mouth, so it eats all kinds of fish. It sucks in everything, including frogs. I trust many cases, many videos. When the toads croak, sleep comes out there. Trump swims out and takes a photo from the surface, so I believe the frog is fried, not fried. I don't know, it's up to you to choose, but to be honest, I haven't tried fishing with frogs yet, but maybe I'll do that in the future too. Oh, look at that boar! Quiet. Wait, what a nice dry one. Stop. Yeah, I've been struggling with it for a while now. Look, Lopukov, how much is on the water? The next bait is chicken. The chicken is big if it's for fried sparrow. Catfish, in short, bite pretty poorly. For a big chicken, it has to be a huge mammoth. Well, let's save the chicken for later. Leech. Here, I will believe it. Leeches. The regular black ones that crawl near the shore and latch onto you. By the way, write in the comments who of you was sucked by the leech. I think it's not a very pleasant feeling, but they say they cleanse the blood. Previously, they even collected special ones, handed them over to pharmacies and hospitals. People came because they suck your blood. It seems to be cleansed by this, but I don't know, such dual methods of medicine. I still wouldn't risk having some weird thing latch onto me, so forget about leeches. Yeah, you can try a bunch of them, you just take them, and how do you catch them? So I took my legs like this. In short, I exposed the hems of these, or I put my hands in the water. The piap sucked. Of course, I'm just kidding, guys. I just took it, basically, and caught some. You can see the little black ones crawling around. Did you hook it to catch? I personally haven't caught any. But I know, in short, yeah. There were times when they even bit on leeches in our river. A very good bait, liver. Either chicken or beef. But there's a bit of a nuance with the liver. You can't just hook it like that. Liver, you need to get a stocking, like the medical ones, that are sold in pharmacies. I once filmed a video about catching catfish, and I actually have a lot of these videos specifically about using liver as bait. That day I didn't catch anything, and I didn't try again. Many people catch them. Again, you stuff the liver into the stocking or you tie it here with a thread. It's a downside. It's strong. It's nasty, just a little bit. The liver doesn't hold on very well. And you often have to rebait even in the stocking. So I would try using liver if I knew for sure that catfish are biting here. Yeah, that's it, that's the one. So, liver, chicken, and beef. I love to eat it fried. That's cool. For catfish, well, I guess it's not that great. A knife is essential for any fishing trip. Now I want to tell you about the knives that I use. These are rake knives. Each rake knife comes in a wonderful branded box and has its own serial number, which protects it from counterfeiting. In this case, I will introduce you to the PS128 model. This is a wonderful flipper. The surface of the blade and the handle has original wear marks, which was achieved by applying a protective coating and black color, followed by stonewash treatment. I don't know about others, but I really like the color. It feels great in my hand. Nothing is loose at all. Damn, the sharpening is just amazing. The blade of the knife is marked with the type of steel it's made from. On this side of the handle, there's this kind of attachment. You can attach it to your pocket, pants, belt, anywhere. Also, as I mentioned, there is a serial number on each model. Thanks to the bearings and the smooth action, it can even fold itself. Look, it just does it under its own weight. The second knife is model PS108. It's a bit smaller in size and has a slightly different shape. Blade, but basically they are similar to each other. The same liner lock can be fixed with the Beta Plus lock mechanism so that it no longer moves away. That is, this little lever fixes this thing so that we cannot accidentally do it while working. Some powerful way to fold our knife. Write in the comments which of these two knives you liked more. PS128 or PS108. But I really liked both of them. It's just really great. But this one I think is more of a tourist type. Yeah, here's the knife. You can cut food with it. Here. Anything you want. A lightweight beauty. And this one is really a tactical knife. Look, see the indentation? That fits your finger. It feels great in the hand, and off we go. Carve whatever you want. The sharpening is magnificent. I cut through it like butter. Look, Both bearing knives have lubrication everywhere, and they all have their serial numbers, just as I mentioned. Of course, they will have a great edge because they are made from solid metal plates. And on top of that, they are made of stainless steel, which means they're durable, right? Okay, and I went. So, since I'm left-handed, it's easier for me to work with my left hand. And all the papers are gone. Look at the glass. The blades are aligned, there are no gaps, no play, nothing. But how does the mechanism work? What is so smooth about it? Or friends in general who's interested. The link to these knives will be in the description under this video, then you can see the price and all the details. I am, as they say, crazy about them because this is the color of the knife, but I really like the friends. The next very interesting nozzle on the SAM is a crayfish. Namely a crayfish, usually a crayfish. Which pose here is also fried, boiled, rotten crayfish, a large crayfish, a small crayfish. Which one will you catch minus? How to catch it now? How to attach it correctly? And if the preference for catfish in this river is specifically for crayfish, I don't know, so I wouldn't try this bait. Mole cricket, or media guys, a universal bait can attract any fish, including catfish. And so we take this shell, which we have here, a big shell, we break it and take out the insides. Meat is meat. We cut it, wind it onto a hook, attach a lot of pieces there, and it bites. Yes, by the way, you can also attach a leech at the same time on one hook. I think a dream would also work because he loves when there's a lot of that disgusting, repulsive stuff on the hook. For some reason, he likes it. I don't know why.
Just look at this most appetizing bait. You could almost eat it yourself.
My favorite bait, let's talk about what I use to catch fish. This is a big earthworm, a huge worm, like this after the rain. We go out and collect them in the summer. It's a bit tricky, but when it's spring or even June, you can find these worms before it gets too hot. After the rain, we looked for worms in the damp spots under bricks and stumps. First of all, availability, and secondly, there's really good biting, just like with catfish. I caught other fish like that. You can hook up a lot of pieces, 5 by 10 by 3 by 1. Guys by one issue, hooked up. I answer you spat. These are the ones I have. Meter long. There are different ones. Damn, I was shocked. Why does a big sum like this, with such a mouth prick on? In such a one worm, one is not for 2, 3, not for a bunch for one, but still I recommend you to at least hook a 3, 4, 5, bunch, crawl out. That would be great. For me personally, worms are the #1 bait for catfish. It's not that hard to find. It hooks on well, it holds on great, but other fish really love it too. So I would stick with the worm.
That's it, it's already the evening sunset. Right now the catfish should start biting.
The most important thing is that catfish are predators, so you need to try fishing with live bait. I watched a video once, maybe we saw that video too. So on the boat, here's a carp like this, or a crucian carp, just like the one I caught. A huge fish, it was like this, just like that live bait. You can fry it on 2 frying pans. This live bait is tied to a brick with a fin on top, and 2 large hooks through the mouth. He has large ones. This is the kind of live bait that was brought in on a boat. It stayed there for 2 or 3 days, and we caught it ourselves. That's the size. It was just the MEO itself of immense size. The biggest guy is exactly this one, and then took on this guy, stood for a very long time. But this river was somewhere there, you understood, in short, from grandfather's tales, as they say, and grandmother's here. You can try using different kinds of live bait. You don't have to stick to just crucian carp or others. I think that yes, it will. We tried. It didn't bite. Well, our river is not that, and the fish are just a little bit the wrong size. But it's also great with live bait. Plus, you can catch live bait everywhere. Plus, it holds well on the hook. Plus, that's one plus. Yes, but the downside is whether they'll bite, I don't know. So you can also catch live bait using a piece of fish. Moreover, there's this thing that I've read about in different rivers. Fish bite on different parts of the bait. So you take a fish, cut it up, you can smoke it a bit, or cook it over a fire, or use a piece of rotten fish, sometimes the middle part, sometimes the head, sometimes the tail. There are beliefs, that in this river, fish only bite on the tail, and in that river they only bite on the head. This one on a piece. I don't know, they catch crayfish on these fish too. I would use fish carcasses. I wouldn't catch them either, but it would be better with bait, right? But still, they say you can, in principle, try using bait to catch them too. Here's a great bait for the tenant. Fish too. Guys, well, here's a little catfish, not too bad. Not big, not large, but as I said, it's a catfish. Of course, you need to release those. You need to take, which ones. Ones like these. Wow, guys, this catfish is a good one. Of course, I was hanging out with Koljanic while I was running, and something bit on my rod while the camera was turning on. I pulled it a bit, not too much. I won't say it was a big deal, but I let it go near the shore, thinking it would get stuck in the snag. You're going to laugh now. A female mantis or a grasshopper. They say it bites on that too. Not just the galoal, there are ASP, some other fish, but also the catfish. Because he loves all of these. Here are the grasshoppers. And the main thing, guys, besides grasshoppers, the #1 bait for catfish, it's hard to catch. I would classify it as a creeping bait, creeping out, live bait. And this bait, even better. So this bait, the creeping bait, then live bait, and everything else. This is a mole cricket. Mole cricket, that little pest that crawls everywhere. Before they were everywhere. There were a lot of people in the garden, they ate all the plants to pieces. They would eat the roots and the whole plant would die. I recently started seeing them at the water body. So I arrive at the spot and I start digging a little with my spade to level out the area a bit instead of having a slope. Boom, there was a mole cricket. It's a pity it was during the day and not in the evening when I was planning to fish for catfish. Catfish are really good at biting on mole crickets. Any size, they love it. This catfish is a predator. You see, it's not just a predator, it's a delicacy. It craves the best. Look who's here, the gourmet. It only wants to be caught on something the most delicious, exclusive, about what we can't find. I'll give him a piece of bread and say, go ahead, bite. By the way, catfish sometimes eat bread. A big loaf. You've probably seen our Chernobyl catfish, right? In the video, they take a loaf of bread from the bridge, throw it in, and they come out during the day and eat it. So that's about it, guys. If you like the video, like and subscribe. I will tell you more about baits, tackle, and everything else. Watch my videos, I am very pleased. And most importantly, comment. Write in the comments what you're fishing for, what bait works for you. And maybe I missed one of the baits. I would be interested to read your comments. Peace and goodness to everyone. Goodbye, everyone, my friends. Goodbye.